The heavyweights are back.
And there's the right hand!
Boxing's biggest and heaviest stars are Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury.
Nice uppercut from Fury.
Wilder is 40-0, 39 wins by knockout, and 19 of those knockouts in the very first round.
And Stiverne goes down!
Wilder's undefeated record is now on the line and on the ropes. Tyson Fury is 27-0 with 19 wins by KO. They are the best fighters in boxing and the best trash talkers.
Ready. I'm ready too. Well, let's go then.
Come December 1st, no talk, all action. It's Wilder versus Fury live on Dish pay-per-view.
Bomb Squad!
Hello, I'm 6'4" Scott Patrick in the Dish studio. Truly, 6 feet and 4 inches without heels. All right, check out these photos. Tyson Fury is 6'8" and 3/4. Deontay Wilder is 6'7". Both heavyweights are undefeated. That will most likely change when it's Wilder versus Fury, December 1st on Dish pay-per-view. Pre-order the fight right now on channels 471 and 472. Order it online at mydish.com/boxing, or just give us a call right now at 1-877-347-4778. That's 1-877-DISH-PPV. Up first, my one-on-one interview with one of the greatest fighters of all time, Deontay Wilder. Now, did you know he was almost a football and basketball star with the University of Alabama? Well, life has a way of telling you to go in another direction. That direction has led to one of the biggest fights of all time. Find out more in this Dish exclusive with Deontay Wilder, fast puncher, fast talker.
In this game, I'm a dangerous man. I can't control that. I come to bring the pain.
Deontay Wilder, great to have you on Dish.
Thank you for having me.
So, you know, you watch basketball, you want to see dunks, baseball, home runs, and boxing, you want to see knockouts, yeah. In your case, that's why we watch you. I mean, tell us about that.
Yeah, man, you know, it's amazing to be able to do what I do. And to do it on an elite level is that, you know, is something to be able to come up in the amateurs. And even when you become a contender and continue to do what you've been doing from the start and then knocking guys out. But when you get to a certain level at the elite level and you're still knocking other elite fighters out, that's when you know you have something special.
You're a boxer, kind of a psychic. You've talked to your fighters in the past, your opponents, and said, this is how I'm going to knock you out, and this is how it's going to feel.
Yes,
tell me about that.
In boxing, you must be able to talk. You must be able to sell a fight. You know, you must be able to promote it. I guess that all goes in the same term. But it comes a point in time where you got to be able to show. You got to be able to prove it. Talk is 0.5% of action. I believe in less talk, more action. And that's what I'm about. You know, I talk, I tell these guys, you know, what I'm gonna do. I always say I'm gonna knock you out because I believe in myself. My mindset is so different than these guys in this sport. And I just like to tell guys that I'm gonna knock you out. I like to tell you how I'm gonna do it and how your body's gonna be when I do it. You know, so when it happens, it's amazing. And then when I do things like that, it's not a surprise for me because I've already told you what is gonna happen. So you're looking forward for people always expecting something, to see something, and when I deliver it, it gives me more credibility, I would say.
Sure. Yeah, you got credibility. I was following you on Instagram, and you recognize that guy? You're flexing your muscles,
yeah.
You're telling him you're gonna take care of him.
You know, every time I see myself, you know, I'm always making myself laugh. I'm always a big fan of myself. And when I look at myself doing interviews or anything that I do, although I'm the one that's doing it and I know what I've said, but like my mind, I can change it around to where I am the viewer. I'm the one listening to what I say. So sometimes I'll take myself out of what I said and just be a fan of myself and watch. And it allows me to enjoy myself. It allows me to laugh at myself and say, that's my man, I love him, he's crazy. Sometimes I say, he's a crazy guy, you know? So it's all fun, man, you know? You gotta love yourself, you gotta be confident in this sport, and you gotta love what you do. And in my position, I love boxing. I'm in love with it. So it's not really work. Although my body go through so many different transformations, my mind as well too, but I love it.
Sure. You know, when you were a kid in Alabama, you thought about football, thought about basketball, life happens, you turned to boxing. In a way, is that a great thing that happened to you in the sense that you're not playing those sports, but you became a boxer?
Most definitely. I owe it to my 13-year-old now. Yeah. She was born with spinal bifida, and she just changed my whole life. Many people ask, what do you think you would be doing if you wasn't boxing? I really don't know. I can say a lot of things, I could say, because I'm an aspiring actor, I love acting. Acting is my passion. I could have said I would have been in the military. I thought about the military many times before as well, So, I just thank God that I was able to be able to take care of my daughter upon her needs of dealing with spinal bifida. It was a very scary moment for me, being 19 and learning about this disorder and being able to learn about how to take care of a child with this disorder. It's a lot when you're so young and you got the whole world in front of you, and now you got to take care of another human being, and it's, man, this is what I do it for. I do it for my babies, I'm far from being a selfish person. I do it all for them. Each and every day I'm talking about my body, how it feels now, how it's going through the transformation, I can feel it. Yeah. And on the night of the fight, it's gonna be able to release. See, somebody gotta pay for all this. Somebody gotta pay for me being away from my children. Somebody gotta pay for me sacrificing my body, going through all the drills and the things that I have to do just for this one special occasion, this one night, come December 1st at the Staples Center. I can't wait, and it's gonna be all worth the while once I accomplish the task, complete the mission to get the job done, like I say I'm gonna do. 40-0, 39 by knockout. You never want to go to the bathroom or get a beer when this fight starts. The other part of that, 19 in the first round. Yeah, you can't go nowhere. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't go get that extra hot dog or get that last slice of pizza and fix you a Pepsi with it. You can't do those things. When Deontay Wilder is finna get ready to fight, you have to be prepared. When I'm in the ring, you know it's coming, but you don't know when it's coming. And when it's come, bam, baby, good night. And then you don't want to be the one that says, what happened? I missed it. It can be the split second right there, Yeah. They say when I fight, people are on the edge of their seats because they waiting on that right hand, they waiting on that power hand, they waiting on that thing that what people know me for. I don't think I really get super recognition of just being the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Mm-hmm. But I get all the recognition of being a knockout artist, a knockout king, or that man that'll knock you out, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's what everybody always says. So in this sport, I'm blessed to be in it. I'm blessed to be able to be possessed with power because this is what it's built off of. The heavyweight division is solely built off of power. And I display it to an elite level. It's amazing. Sometimes I get scared of my own power. How come? Because I know I can hurt people. Mm-hmm. And when my mindset changes to the Bronze Bomber, he don't feel no sympathy. He don't feel remorse. He don't feel no mercy for no one. That's why I tell God, have mercy on them. Have mercy on their soul, because when I'm in the ring, I'm a different person. I changes. Just imagine, like I said, you're training for a guy for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, you're focusing on one guy. Every time it's to hurt him, it's to punch him in the face, it's to use moves. You're throwing combinations. So when it's time for it to get in there, everything is released now. Everything you've been trained to do, you're doing. It's just like being in the military. You're trained for a mission. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be in situations where you're gonna have to fight yourself out of it. You're gonna be in a situation where you may get tired, but you still gotta keep going. And that's what I display, that's what I shows the world, that you can't give up. When life get hard, you can't give up. When life get tough, you gotta get tougher. And that's what I show. I like, in my work, I like not only just like to knock people out, but that's just the indication of showing where all my hard work has came from. Right. And showing people that you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever the mind, allows you to do. You can do whatever you want to. You can be great. And come December the 1st, people will witness greatness.
Not that you need to sell this fight at all, but could you talk to the Dish customers and tell them why they need to buy this fight on December 1st?
To all my Dish customers, thank you guys for being a subscriber of Dish. But even more, thank you for being able to support this fight. And those that still just a little bit, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna get this fight just yet. If you're still just hesitant, this is the reason why you should buy this fight. This is gonna be an amazing fight. But not on top of that, you got two tall guys, very athletic, very unorthodox, very untextbook, that's gonna be fighting each other. This is a fight that you don't wanna miss. This is something that comes once in a lifetime in boxing. You're dealing with the Gypsy King from Britain, and you got the Bronze Bomber right here in America, the baddest man on the planet. I'm 40-0 with 39 KOs. Every man that stepped in the ring with me had to go. So come on my 41st fight, I'm looking for my 40th knockout. I don't know when it's coming, but when it's come, it's gonna be a bam, baby, good night. It's gonna be one you cannot forget, you'll always remember. But hey, who am I? I'm just the one that's promoting it. Now it's up to you to click that button and tune in and see what I'm talking about, baby.
Bomb Squad!
Heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder puts his WBC belt on the line against Tyson Fury Saturday, December 1st. Now, there's nothing like seeing these fights live. And the best place to watch it, your TV room with Dish pay-per-view. Pre-order on channels 471 or 472. Order online at mydish.com/boxing or just give us a call at 1-877-DISH-PPV. Wilder is undefeated, but he has never met the Fury of Tyson Fury. And yes, Tyson is the first to admit, that name sounds like it's made up. Well, Tyson is named after another boxer named Tyson. Here's more in our Dish exclusive interview with the Gypsy King, who tells us about his comeback in boxing after fighting severe mental illness. It is one of the most compelling comebacks in sports history.
There's one name in boxing, and that's Tyson Fury. Make no mistake about that. And the most talked about fighter on earth. The most controversial, most colourful, charismatic champion since Muhammad Ali.
Tyson, it's great to have you on this side of the pond.
Pleasure.
Great to have you on Dish pay-per-view. So, how you feeling? 2018, great year, 2 victories already, and then December 1st on the way.
2018 has been the best year of my life so far, for many, many different reasons.
Sure.
I've had a great start to the year. I've had 2 fights, like you say, 2 comeback wins, and I'm on the verge of the biggest fight of my life.
Absolutely. You know, I think this fight could be the biggest heavyweight fight since, say, like 2002, when another Tyson fought Lewis. I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was.
How do you feel about that?
I feel ready for that challenge and capability of putting up a great show like they did. It's very seldom that we see a British and American 2 heavyweight champions going at it. And even as good as fighters that was Lewis and Tyson, Mike Tyson was over the hill at that time, and Lewis was probably getting to the tail end of his career as well. So this is a real treat for the fans, because we're going to get to see 2 primed heavyweights, 33 Wilder, 30 myself, in the prime of our careers, going toe-to-toe. So it's a great time to put this fight on.
Sure. You know, when I was growing up, heavyweight boxing was boxing. There was Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Tyson. Could this be a return to that era?
I'm hoping so, for sure. You know, the golden era of the heavyweights has been long gone for such a while. We had the Klitschkos over in Europe holding chokehold to the division. Once I rid them out of the division, it was like a new era. We have so many fresh young champions today, so hopefully it can get back to the days of the 70s and the 60s.
Yeah, it's very exciting, because it's a different fight watching heavyweights versus lightweights.
It is, you know, all talented boxers at world level. It's always great to see for a boxing fan, but I'm sure that the heavyweights always capture the imagination of the paying customer.
Hard to believe, looking at you, you were born, your birth weight was 1 pound.
1 pound, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was just under 8 weeks premature, and I died 3 times when I was a baby. And it was very fitting that my dad called me Tyson, because at that date, 1988, Mike Tyson was in the height of his career, and he was my dad's favourite fighter. So he called me Tyson because I was a fighter with dying 3 times, 8 weeks premature, and I grew up to be 6'9" and 260 pounds, which is amazing.
And heavyweight champion of the world. Imagine that.
You couldn't bet on that, could you?
No. When did you first know you were named after Mike Tyson, and what were your thoughts when you learned?
I grew up in a boxing family, so I knew as soon as I was able to understand things like who I was named after, and it was good. You know, growing up was tough because with a name like Tyson, everybody wants to fight. So I suppose it made me tougher than usual.
But you also were named Fury too, so I don't think they may want to Tyson, but not your Fury, right?
It's like a superhero's name that somebody would pay a lot of money to make up. That's Tyson Fury. It's a great name for boxing, very fitting that I became heavyweight champion of the world. Like you say, you couldn't think of a better superhero name.
And really, I can't think of a better fight right now. Tell us how you see this fight playing out.
I see Deontay Wilder doing what Deontay Wilder does, which is look for that amazing power that he has. Very devastating puncher, one of the biggest punchers in heavyweight history. 39 KOs out of 40. So I don't see he doesn't have to do anything else apart from land that big punch.
I think you told me he has 2 punches and that's it?
Yeah, he has a left hook and a right hand. Klitschko only had 3. He had a jab, a left hook and a right hand. So dealing with 2, a little bit easier than dealing with 3.
And dealing with Fury is how many?
Every punch in the book, literally. I have so many different styles. Very hard to figure out, very hard to pin down, and very hard to get to grips on the rhythm of a fight. I usually control the fights with my skill.
Seeing the 3 press conferences, you guys went toe-to-toe, eye-to-eye. What's that like to be finally in person with the person to look them head to toe, and what impact does that have when you go face to face?
I think it's a really good, important thing to go face to face and have a look in each other's eyes and measure up and have a way up of how his body language is around me and how he's focusing on the fight. And I took some interesting points away from those press conferences.
Such as that you'd like to share?
Like, I'd seen Deontay Wilder before, but he'd always had a big coat on and big shoes and all that. And when I seen him stripped off with no shirt on, he's a lot skinnier than I actually thought he was. He's very light for someone of such height and stature. 6'7", and he only weighs around about 210 pounds, which is very thin.
Yeah, I weigh more. That's 6'4".
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's very thin, but that doesn't mean to say he's weak, because he's very athletic. But I don't believe his body strength, actual like inside, he's got the power and brute strength of someone at 260 pounds. Well, it's impossible too.
True.
But he has that knockout power which comes from speed and the way a punch is turned and delivered. Very awkward guy, but like I say, I was anticipating maybe a bigger frame of a man. Mm-hmm. So I believe when I go in there and start working that body and hitting him, I think he's going to feel it, because the thing is with someone at 260 fighting someone who's 210, 215 is the 215 guy can hit a 260 guy and they'll recover. But when I hit a 210 guy, he stays hit. Mm-hmm. They don't recover as quick.
You had a 2-year break. You've been very upfront what happened during that time. You know, and you've been a real proponent for helping people with mental health issues. Yeah. Tell me about that and how that's made you a better person, then in the end of the day, a better fighter.
Yeah, I struggled with mental health my whole life, and I didn't really know what I was going through. I didn't know who to talk to about it, like most people who suffer with the same problems. But after I beat Klitschko, I came down with a bout of depression that was very, very severe. I didn't want to do anything. I had no motivation. I didn't want to live anymore. I wanted to die on a daily basis. I gave up everything I'd worked for my whole life. I risked losing my wife and kids. It's sort of, I went from zero to hero, back to zero again quite quickly. Sure. And it wasn't until maybe a year ago where I finally realised what I was going through, and I seek medical advice, and I got the right people around me, and I know better how to deal with it now. And my mission is not just boxing and winning fights, but my mission now is to help people in the same boat as me who don't know how to manage it or maintain and don't even know what they're going through. Because I'd had a little bit of anxiety growing up, but I had a massive anxiety attack over a year ago now, and I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was dying, I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know how to control it. So if I can give people education and information on what to expect, and just to give them motivation on a daily basis to know that someone who's been there and done it, wore the t-shirt and come out the other side, sure, with flying colours, and I'm a living testament that anybody, no matter how big or small or who you are, can suffer, and you can't see it because it's inside. It's not like a disability where you can say, oh, that person's disabled or whatever. You can't see what I'm thinking, and I think it's a silent killer. and needs addressing more than it does, and that's why I'm trying to spread awareness of mental health on a daily basis.
I appreciate that very much. I know a lot of people suffering through some of the same things you are, and that's huge that you're out front with this too. It's almost like going to Staples Center becomes a Hollywood ending for your story. I mean,
It does. It's hopefully one day they'll make a movie on Tyson Fury, and if I do this, win this comeback, and gain the glory back in the heavyweight division, it's a fairy tale story. A kid come from nowhere, dying 3 times as a child, worked his way up through amateur rankings. Just so many different aspects of a great movie, a great fight movie on someone's life story. But it'll be the icing on the cake beating Deontay Wilder.
very good. Best place to see it, Dish pay-per-view. Worst place to see it, the other side of your fist.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, appreciate your time.
All the best, buddy. Take it easy.
Interview.
Bite my tongue, bite my time. Wait till the world is mine. You should see me in the crowd. I'm gonna run this nothing child. Watch me make them bow. One by one by one. One by one by. You should see me in the crowd. Your silence is my favorite sound. Watch me make them bow. One by
Order now on Dish Pay-Per-View.
one.
You better listen to Tyson Fury. He is 27-0, and he wants number 28 against the champ, Deontay Wilder, on Saturday, December 1st. Now, the best place to watch this fight, of course, is wherever you are right now with Dish Pay-Per-View. Pre-order today on channels 471 and 472. Order it online at mydish.com/boxing, or just give us a call at 1-877-347-4778. That's 1-877-DISH-PPV. Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Tyson, and now Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Don't miss it, December 1st on Dish Pay-Per-View. I'm Scott Patrick in the Dish studio.
After 5 title defenses and circumstances out of Wilder's control, he faced the only man he hadn't knocked out, marking the start of the second and more challenging phase of his career. Wilder was rematched with Bermane Stiverne.
Nearly 11,000 in attendance here at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for this heavyweight title fight, a rematch between Deontay Wilder and Bermane Stiverne.
To make a definitive statement, there was only one thing Wilder could do, and he did just that.
Stiff jab by Wilder now. Thus far, Stiverne hasn't shown the work rate. He's in it, and Stiverne goes down in round 1 with that laser right hand from Wilder. 18 of Wilder's 37 knockouts have occurred here in the first round, and Stiverne down for the second time. Wilder's right hand is Thor's hammer, and here in round 1, he is Ragnarocking Stiverne!
Statement. That is a statement. This is as loud as I've heard the Barclays Center at a boxing match we've done.
Mamma mia, what a performance by WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. VADA doing their best to clean up the sport. Wilder did his best tonight, cleaning the clock of Bermane Stiverne.
The overwhelming power that he took out Stiverne with served as a reminder of why we're forever attracted to big punching big men. At the start of his 2018 campaign, Wilder took a chance. With a unification showdown looming versus fellow unbeaten Anthony Joshua, Wilder accepted a defense against Luis Ortiz, arguably the most avoided fighter in the division. The fight drew 14,000 fans to Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and it turned out to be Wilder's defining fight to date.
The bell in round 1.
Wilder's first problem was almost immediately evident. Because he was not just a southpaw, but a smart southpaw, Ortiz virtually took away Wilder's jab.
right now Deontay hasn't given Ortiz anything to create doubts from coming forward and pressuring and winning this real estate battle, so to speak. And Wilder has to do something or show Ortiz something to where he starts to question himself coming forward.
The fight was close and uneventful when in the 5th, Wilder broke through with power shots.
15 seconds left in the 5th, and there's the right hand! Ortiz is down for the 2nd time in his career!
Because he had struck at the very end of the round, there was no time for a follow-up attack.
All it takes is one shot for Deontay Wilder to get back into this fight.
In the 7th, Wilder definitively proved something important to his critics. His fight-ending power is accompanied by heart and resiliency. Ortiz hammered in for much of the round, but Wilder did not cave in.
Wilder unloads the right hand, partially blocked by Ortiz. There's another right hand that caught Ortiz in the second, and the right hook by Ortiz has Wilder in trouble. Wilder needs to hold on.
Intelligent by Wilder to smother. Let's see if Ortiz gets to him now.
Oh, straight left hand.
Wilder's hurt, guys.
Gets clipped.
Wilder's hurt.
Ortiz unloading on Deontay Wilder in the 7th, and Wilder trying desperately to hold on. Ortiz emptying the fusillade here in the 7th round. Deontay Wilder in trouble. Will he survive the round? He does.
Wow.
Joshua came back from his moment. This is your moment to come back, right? This is your moment to dig deep. This is your moment to dig deep.
In the 10th, with Wilder ahead by only a single point on all 3 cards.
And there's the counter right hand.
Both landed at the same time, and the exchange as Ortiz tries to hold on.
That's the counter right hand that Deontay needed. See, he held his ground and shot it right out.
Wilder again, batting Luis Ortiz. Right cross, clubbing left hand by Wilder. Down goes Ortiz for the 2nd time in the fight. Bombs away for the bronze bomber.
The champion again proved that once he has his man hurt, he has him finished.
Right uppercut, and it's over! Mamma mia, Deontay Wilder has done it!
All started when he held his ground on that counter right hand. That's what he needed to do all night.
Don't call it a comeback, call it the 7th successful title defense for Deontay Wilder. He showed that he has the grit, the fortitude, and the character, and he gets the job done.
Do you now consider this the signature win that many felt that you needed?
I am the most dangerous man in the world. I am the most baddest man on the planet, and I proved that tonight. This solidified my position at the top of the food chain, and soon there will be one champion, one face, one name, and he go by the name of Deontay Wilder.
Wilder has now made 7 successful defenses, which is more than 87% of the almost 100 heavyweight titleists who have preceded him. It would seem the next step would be the obvious one, a unification showdown with Anthony Joshua, who holds the world titles that are not owned by Wilder. Joshua Wilder would undoubtedly be the most anticipated fight that can be made at any weight. After all, the titleists are a combined 62-0 with 60 KOs. An explanation of why that fight isn't happening sounds like the liberal arts course load for a college undergrad. A little bit of politics, some economics, and a touch of geography. Wilder wants the fight. Joshua wants to wait until at least April 2019. As it turned out, the delay has created room and space for a fantastic and unexpected matchup.
I'm gonna spot you out, you hear me? You dozer.
Wilder defending against Joshua's countryman, the lineal heavyweight titleist, Tyson Fury. Fury is 27-0. In 2015, he scored one of the biggest upsets in heavyweight history, outpointing longtime titleist Wladimir Klitschko. But Fury was sidelined by drug issues and bouts of depression, and he never made a single defense. Now, after 2 comeback fights, Fury's back, as bold and outrageous as ever. And he poses a unique problem for Wilder. At 6'9", and with mobility that belies his size, Fury can be a nightmare to fight. On December 1 at Staples Center in Los Angeles, Wilder and Fury will stop talking and start punching. It's yet another opportunity for Wilder to build a legacy. What he wants to do hasn't changed with time. He wants to prove he's the best heavyweight in the world.